Yes, Your Majesty. Mr. Xavier provided no contact information, and our messengers were unable to locate his residence. Would Your Majesty consider...
The coronation hasn't taken place yet, and already word has spread across the stars about the Empress's diligence. You're right. Since we've met, the amount of hard work you've done is certainly enough to be praised for quite some time. That messenger robot was wandering around outside the city. It asked everyone if they knew a Mr. Xavier. I figured it was you. This letter has your name on it. I didn't want to miss your correspondence. And since I received your letter, etiquette dictates that I should thank the Empress in person. This doesn't seem to be the same as the one I read back then. To surrender or to resist destiny? That is the question. But arrows of outrageous fortune and a sea of troubles might arrive at any time. So, I only want to do what I want to do. I wouldn't call it that. If anything, maybe it gave me a push when I wasn't aware of it. After all, fate didn't bring me back. It was you, wasn't it?
The old king dies. A new one ascends the throne. Hamil encounters his father's ghost, learns the truth about the murder, and vows to take revenge. And this young royal's anguish is soon perceived by his beloved.
The world has changed. Adeline, some matters art worse than ghosts. Nay, my fair nymph, unbeknownst is the danger lying in wait, more frightful than a spirit of health and goblins damned. I mustn't let its horrors touch a single strand of thy hair. Mine own poor heart cannot bear to lose more in this rotting state.
I don't remember seeing you before. Which planet's nobility do you hail from? To win the Empress's favor, your background must be extraordinary.
You need more than noble blood to win Her Majesty's favor.
Oh, in that case, do you perhaps have a special secret?
Indeed. I wish you well, gentlemen. And don't forget that troublesome weeds occasionally need to be removed. Does acting like this count as helping you? I understand. Then, can I prove myself worthy of this role with this? Ever since the performance began, a few rather extreme rumors have been circulating in the royal capital. These are the names of the people who have been spreading them. I believe they'll be useful to you. I heard that the Aerial Garden has introduced quite a few new species of flowers. Rather than worry about people's affairs, why don't you accompany me for a stroll first? Stay back. Escape is no longer possible. Wake up. Did you have a nightmare? I was walking around and saw you were sleeping at your desk. So I carried you to your bed, and then I fell asleep. I only wanted you to have a good night's sleep. A ceremony will be held today. Your attendant invited me to have breakfast with you. Are you a picky eater, Your Majesty? So you know of it. You can have one or two. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like what you see, then I can offer other purchases. The mysterious leading actor is actually the fourth illegitimate son of the soon-to-be Empress's uncle's second aunt's cousin. That's a complicated lineage. They must have stayed up all night to look at the royal family's pedigree. This one looks more interesting. I guess a certain person is restless. What you said is true. But when it comes to convincing performances, having an excellent partner is important. Bend your knees a little. It'll be easier to attack from a low position. Focus on your defense. Don't rush. According to the dueling etiquette from 300 years ago, the victor should help the loser stand to demonstrate magnanimity and trust. Wouldn't you say etiquette can be adapted for modern times? Agreeing to a bet means accepting any losses. My sword is yours now. My father gave it to me during my coming-of-age ceremony. Are you curious? I happen to know of a place that we can visit. Take my hand. This used to be my library. I heard that after I went missing, Father had this place sealed. It looks like it hasn't changed since I left. I guess it wasn't too different from what you're experiencing now. There was an endless stream of matters to deal with, countless banquets to attend, and all the salad you could ever ask for. It was more about having control. Aren't we the same in that regard? Whether it's a throne or the cosmos, what we choose is the tomorrow we want.
Your Majesty's daytime work has finished. Thank you for your diligent efforts. May the Empire continue to be prosperous. In case you forgot, here is your schedule for tonight. The Minister of Strategic Planning has invited you to attend a reception.
That Her Majesty has an appointment with Mr. Xavier tonight.
My apologies. I cannot find any invitation related to Mr. Xavier on the schedule. Your Majesty, please.
It was just a spur-of-the-moment decision. Can't I invite you on a whim? Before the coronation ceremony begins, there are events being held in the city. I don't want you to miss them. And it seems like it's been a long time since anything outside of appointments has appeared in your life. Nebula Shake. It happens to be the last one for today. I don't know them, but they said I look like a prince who saves planets in a popular story. I told them I'm not a prince. I'm simply a friend who serves as Her Majesty's errand boy for matters such as buying milkshakes. This was where I watched people's lives, or saw the sunrise and sunset. If we get closer to the real world, will I get to see the real you? No. I was just thinking about the you on stage, the you at banquets, and the you during our sparring matches. They're all like you. But which one is closer to the original you?
I'm home, Granny.
Why did you come back so late? How was the festival?
It was lively. I saw a man who looks like a prince, and he's friends with Her Majesty. He also told me that the Empress likes rainbow puff puffs and nebula shakes. Her Majesty is just like us.
Nonsense. How could Her Majesty like those things? Dinner is ready. Wash your hands first.
Adeline, before me thou art hale and whole. I'm glad. I owe thee my life. Thy bravery was insurmountable. The word gratitude cannot encapsulate my feelings. No. No. There's no pain. But my heart is seemingly empty. Now that the future is upon us, what is thy next move? I don't know. My selfish heart prays for thee to accompany me. Yet reason says I cannot interfere with thine freedom. All right. Let us try. It doesn't seem like you drank several glasses. Such as a partner next to you? I tracked down the source of those rumors. Here's the latest intel. Handling it will be up to you. I agree. It looks like we might have a common enemy. In that case, we must continue our cooperation. I have yet to come up with a reason to refuse. I'll stand by your side. We'll be like the characters in the play. Is this it? Compared to them, there's someone here who's more important for me to see. For an important occasion, it'd be ungracious of me to abandon my partner. Also, as the Empress's dance partner and designated leading actor, I should be by your side. May your coronation be a joyous occasion. I'm still slightly unfamiliar with the current era's customs. Can I still call you that? To have control over everything? But people say this is the most difficult path. Indeed. Whether it's exploring the starry sky or rising to lead a nation. I'll accompany you through everything. However, we still have a bit of time before that day comes. Letting fate wait a little longer is also possible.
Your Majesty, the coronation ceremony procedures have been finalized. You only need to do the final review.
I shall follow Your Majesty's orders.
Your Majesty, choosing that play for your coronation might be seen as an ill omen. The leading actor in the play already holds great power, but resents the throne's authority. So he's manipulated into choosing the treasonous path of regicide.
Your Majesty, do you still have orders that I need to carry out? Now the tree has grown, and Your Majesty is about to officially take the throne. Plants grow in accordance with nature's timing. Rushing to see results will only hinder its growth. Perhaps what it truly needs is someone to take care of it. As you can see, these fallen leaves need to be swept away. Your Majesty has matured over the years. It's normal for you to make your own decisions. As a loyal subject, I mustn't keep the Empress waiting. Your Majesty appears to be intent on establishing distinct boundaries. In the beginning, you learned this dance quickly. Regardless of the moves I taught, you always had a flawless execution. You've improved. Ah, a soothsayer from a place unbeknownst to me. I see vague, baseless prophecies art the method to unsettle the hearts of men. What purpose lies behind thine attempt to entice me with falsehoods? What lies in the depths of my heart needs no confirmation. Prophecies and the fate they foretell cannot sway me from my chosen path. But since thou hast spoken of it, my curiosity is piqued. I wonder what this bewitching crown looks like.
Your Majesty, I'll announce your arrival at once.
Indeed. Your Majesty has an excellent memory. It was more useful than I anticipated. Whenever you saw me take it out, you suddenly found the motivation to run faster. No, I'm simply performing routine maintenance on it. As of late, it's been running slightly faster. Everything within it belongs to you. It's only natural to use your birthday. You sound confident. Strictly speaking, it's your confiscated detector. You tried to use it during training. It was a valiant attempt to see when I would return. I found it at the entrance when I had just returned from handling certain matters. These are mementos of your Majesty's growth. I planned to give them to you on the day of your coronation. I didn't expect you to see them now. Since your Majesty gave it to me, there's no reason for it to be returned. In any case, being off by a few minutes or seconds isn't an issue. If it wants to run fast, then let it run fast. After all, is there anything in this world that forever remains unchanged? What does your Majesty plan to do next? Would you attack, or would you stay your hand for the time being? Your Majesty's judgment is swift. However, impatience will cause you to lose control of the situation. Your Majesty is impressive as well. You have the mental fortitude to observe me while strategizing. You've always been quick to grasp many concepts. However, you can't afford to lower your guard even when your prey appears to be defeated. Moreover, some enemies are cunning and skilled at disguising their true nature. Let's conclude today's training here. And you've always remembered them, no? It's because of your expressions whenever you barged into my study in the middle of the night. They were always amusing and Fondly remembering the past is worthwhile. However, I value the present as well. We occupy different positions now, so our perceptions aren't the same. Your Majesty, your feelings must be significantly deeper than mine since you currently sit on the throne. In that case, I'd like to see the future you envision. Your Majesty's choice is impeccable. Is there a particular exhibit you'd like to see? Considering the current crowd density, we'll be waiting in line for quite some time. Understood. Since there are too many people here, we should avoid getting separated.
I love you, but I love my power more. The tension between power and desire is addictive.
Correct. They can no longer grow naturally in the current environment, and this is a modified species. There are some notable differences. During the last meeting with the overlords, I noticed your majesty was fond of the jasmines they presented. In addition, they require a gardener's attentive care to ensure they bloom for a long time. Otherwise, they'll wilt prematurely. It can be a wreath or a crown. I suppose I did. Consider it practice. It won't be long until your coronation. It shall be the grandest celebration in the entire cosmos. You'll wear a crown symbolizing supreme authority. Its weight will be incomparable to this. So, will you discard the flower crown, Your Majesty? Thou seekest to bestow judgment? Thy justice is nothing more than the victor's crown. Playing the role of a mere judge won't allow you to reclaim your power, and you certainly shouldn't expect your enemies to offer their necks when you wish to take their lives. If you cannot learn how to point your sword at your enemies, then you shall never truly wield power. If I were actually him, I wouldn't have believed the prophecy in the first place. I would use that prophecy as a means to benefit the Empire. Utilizing a prophecy depends on the intentions of the person who hears it. Does your Majesty disagree? You don't believe in fate either, yes? If you heard a prophecy that said you were destined to rule, would you have been impervious to the witch's manipulation? Are you referring to the one who imparts all their knowledge before quickly exiting the stage? Or the person standing by their learner's side since the beginning? Is he who meticulously guides them worthy of being called a good preceptor? The crown suits you perfectly. For a long time, I imagined how you would look when you are crowned as the Empress. Perhaps. But haven't you always been capable of exceeding my expectations? But in the future, they will see us become more different. Someone I once guided has learned how to grow on her own. I don't know if she can break free from the framework that has already been set for her. then we should tend to it with greater care. Is that so? I suppose you'll leave the pruning of excess branches and leaves to me.
Your Majesty. You haven't left either, Your Majesty. The court bears the faith of countless imperial citizens. How could I leave early when it comes to matters like praying for the people's welfare? There are always those who assume the court has ulterior motives. Wouldn't you agree, Your Majesty? If Your Majesty is referring to the play, please be at ease. That is unnecessary. My homeland doesn't trap fish in aquariums. In any case, I can't say it's pleasing to the eye. I'm just surprised the Empress, oft drowning in imperial matters, has time for leisurely pursuits. Yes, it's all because of Your Majesty's graceful generosity. Because of Your Majesty's astounding efforts, the mysterious bard's texts have a chance to return to the stage. Your Majesty's selection of Knight of the Revelrous Rite is somewhat shocking. A god disguises himself as a mortal and returns to his hometown. It's so he can punish the monarch and their family for refusing to acknowledge his divinity. He bewitches those who once persecuted his family and ultimately makes them destroy their country with their own hands. I didn't expect Your Majesty to like this story. The result of defying or complying with fate is inherently uncertain. They're not allowed to go beyond this glass prison. What a pitiful sight. Fish remember who feed them, but they've forgotten who imprisoned them here in the first place. In the play, the god was once imprisoned in a dungeon by a monarch. All of it was under the pretense of protection. But in the end, he freed himself from those protective restraints and reclaimed his freedom. Between the god and the monarch, who do you think would become the fish that leaps out of the water, Your Majesty?
The god has disguised himself as a mortal prophet. He returns to his homeland. He bewitches the people in the palace. But our ruler hasn't been deceived by his wiles.
I come from a land where flowers bloom across the mountains. The god has ordained me to bring his sacred rites to the palace.
Oh, his power is the vitality of the grapevines, the nectar that makes all forget sorrows, the rapture that intoxicates. To reject him is to reject a part of life itself.
Disrespecting the gods is also worthy of punishment. He is at my side. It's unfortunate that those who disrespect the gods cannot see him. I only bring joy to the people and let them forget their worldly troubles. How is this a crime? You already know how to answer that, Your Majesty. Why is it necessary to ask? My participation is for peace in the Empire. I imagine Your Majesty will also have instances where my aid is required. Mature seeds understand that they need the wind's help if they wish to fly far. Let it soar. No matter where it goes, it has to fly first, right? Hmm? I'm also an Imperial citizen, so I should receive a blessing.
The audacity! Your Majesty, I shall retrieve the flower. It offended Your Majesty.
I shall thank Your Majesty on its behalf. It lives nearby, and normally visits the Sanctide Chapel's garden to look for food. Every flower and tree is a miracle of nature, and being in nature's presence allows people to cast aside distracting thoughts. It's not open to the public yet. However, I can give you a tour if you're interested, Your Majesty. They're holograms. They aren't real. Be careful. It's poisonous. Sometimes what's truly deadly is those who are too bold for their own good. Poison is the least of one's worries. Will your Majesty be that person? Your Majesty is courageous. This is actually a grapevine. On the contrary, it was the former emperor's plaything and was constantly tortured for entertainment. Then it escaped. It wandered into the Sanctide Chapel's property, discovered that food would occasionally be present, and stubbornly refused to leave. Despite its greed for food, it's cautious. Therefore, its appearance here proves that it doesn't dislike being in your presence. Here's your compensation. You're different from the previous emperors. That's something to look forward to. If your Majesty is willing, you're welcome to taste the wine once it's ready. It's late. You should head back, Your Majesty. You have something to say to me? This is perfect. I accept Your Majesty's blessing. Now then, may Your Majesty guide the stars and the Empire on a new path. That depends on what choice Your Majesty will make. Your Majesty has drawn the Flamma Arcana and the Sword Arcana.
The Sacred Card says the Empress's existence will bring fire and war to the Empire. The candle fell over?
We're doomed! Doomed, I say! This is an ominous sign!
There's no need to panic. The candlestick wasn't secured properly. It seems Your Majesty already has an alternate reading. Your Majesty shall witness this world's chaos with a clear, bright gaze. The courage burning within the Empress shall transform into endless waves. Her Majesty shall lead the Empire forward without retreating even once.
To commemorate Your Majesty's assistance in driving away the interstellar monsters from our planet, we have painted a portrait of the Empress.
Our planet's technology is limited, so we can only compose a poem for the Empress.
I believe the most exciting part hasn't started yet. Has Your Majesty forgotten? We need to hone our dancing skills today. Your Majesty's taste in decor is excellent. I'm surprised it has so much power. You can ask the people on my home planet. Someone will tell you. I wouldn't say I know the place. Actually, I painted it. Isn't it magical? These books should also be your companions. A paper crown? Your Majesty had grand ambitions even as a child. I believe this is more suitable to what an empress should have. However, a real crown isn't this light. If you are a mortal, then do not resist the gods. I never thought it was simply an act. As you wish, my liege. I am now in your hands. However, everything between us won't end on a simple note. Changing the script on a moment's notice is very much in line with your Majesty's style. Your Majesty never spoke to me like this before. A secret relationship? It's not entirely outlandish. Why should I be upset? It's not unique. People can only speak freely when there's no plague or disaster. They can say whatever they want, without any constraints. You were correct, Your Majesty. Tonight's revision was well done. The game between the god and the monarch won't end at that moment. I'm here to deliver wine. Does that count as urgent? I promise to let your Majesty taste it. Your Majesty prepared for this? If I hadn't brought the wine, I never would have known. I shall bestow upon you the crown that symbolizes glory. Starting from this moment, you will be revered by all. Your will shall become the will of the planet. Your Majesty, do you swear to protect the lands it reflects until you breathe your last? You shall bear solitude and glory all the while. In the Stella Ocean's name, I shall bless you, my Empress. I look forward to it. I wouldn't say that. In any case, I just happened to be passing by. Do you want to dance with me? It's not the same. That was between the Sanctarch and the Empress. Now, it's Raphael and you.
The banquet is ready to begin at any time, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty's reminder has been duly noted. If you offer some incentives, you might get a favorable outcome. You address me so formally. I thought Your Majesty chose me because we shared the same kind of connection. I'm your fiancé. So it's only logical for me to appear during Your Majesty's coronation. Finding another man to fulfill my role would be inappropriate. The starship needed to recharge at an interstellar station. An assassin happened to show up in a spacecraft carrying energy cores, which saved us quite a bit of time. We killed them after the interrogation. I see we're cut from the same cloth. Your Majesty is truly sincere. This adaptation is dedicated to the great bard who brought the original work to the Empire. A person can find new revelations in great works after each viewing. Thank you, Your Majesty, for specifically choosing my favorite adaptation from a variety of scripts. Oh, I see. You want me to play the devil. This is a small welcome gift. The rest are on the starship. But I wanted to deliver this one in person. Your Majesty did say that when it comes to giving gifts, one must hit the bullseye in terms of preferences. Only then will you succeed. Hell's fires possess death's enlightenment. Mortal, might I suggest you pursue another goal with your entitlement? The heavens have no answers to convey, but I shall give you everything. So why not trade away your soul?
No one can refuse the devil's temptation, even with its banes. Between them now is the deal to exchange one's soul for desire. Her desire begins with youth, before the rest can transpire.
I shall wait for the zenith. That moment of satisfaction. In time, your soul will belong to me. Chaosi's sovereign traveled day and night without taking a break. It was just so he could see his beloved Empress sooner. Although they're bound via an arranged marriage, their sincerity is touching. But is it truly a union of forces? Perhaps resources are only being merged. I didn't expect your majesty to care so much about our relationship. But your country's news outlets are creative and fond of flowery rhetoric. Then you should spend more time observing your fiancé. You may converse. Wait. Your Majesty's frankness is humbling. Let me be honest. I also received an encrypted message. These encrypted messages were sent on the same day, and both of them are from Chaosi. I suppose it's someone's idea to divide and conquer. Since this is the case, there's no need to increase the number of guards. I'm confident in the Empire's defense system. Rest assured, Your Majesty, you and I are sincere. We won't give anyone an opportunity that they can use to their advantage. My dearest, beautiful lady, it is an honor to play this piece for you. Tomorrow night, delights will ensue. So please allow me to invite you to one dance. I can't wait to see you again, which isn't happenstance.
Stop! The rehearsal is over. It was perfect. We need that kind of graceful bearing.
Chaosi could never produce a refined, elegant gentleman. Besides, it says here that you're supposed to fall in love with me. I didn't sense any romantic feelings from you either. Your Majesty, fooling the audience is enough. There's no need to exhaust ourselves trying to fool each other.
Recording complete. Her Majesty and Chaosi's sovereign share a deep spiritual connection. They're smitten with each other. After the rehearsal ended, they couldn't bear to part.
Your country's reporters always have that same old style. I barely exerted myself. You're welcome. No one has played that pipe organ for a long time. Don't you like music? I think music sounds the most beautiful when it's played by a person. Every note is under your own control. And by that logic, it's better to strike first than worry about their betrayal. I'll give them an opportunity to misbehave on a silver platter. You brought me to your territory because you wanted to test my character. Both of us are getting what we need to win. Your Majesty is overthinking it. It's not because I'm particularly clever. I can tell because you and I are kindred spirits.
Lightweight and portable, the RX-216 pistol is crafted from a rare oak gold alloy. It's extremely easy to conceal.
I heard the Empire's defense exhibition uses holographic weapon testing to ensure people's safety while providing the optimal experience. Looks like there won't be a winner today. I'm happy. As expected, Your Majesty is a beautiful opponent. Erythra Stone. Unfortunately, this resource is very difficult to control. It doesn't only belong to me, it belongs to all of Chaosy. Your Majesty, why don't you try bribing me instead? If your fiancé controls Chaosy, isn't that the same as you ruling over all of Chaosy? When it happens, you can have as many Erythra Stones as you want. I see it. You knew what I was going to do, so you've been playing along this whole time. Too bad I'm from Chaosy. Lotrais. It's a phrase in the Chaosian language. In the Imperial tongue, it's Lotrais. It means captivating arch nemesis.
Lord Silas has been either playing the musical instruments in the music hall or reading in the aerial garden these past few days. Sometimes he goes fishing in the rear garden, and no one dares to stop him. Everyone says if we let him keep wandering around in the palace, at this rate, he will find the Imperial arsenal. Chaosy doesn't have buildings that almost connect to the sky. It's a place where disaster and chaos coalesce. All those words that describe viability, they don't belong in Chaosy.
Your Majesty, if you were me, what would you do? Even if it means taking other people's lives. I'll remember your answer. Let's go, Your Majesty. It's getting... a little.
The Night Fiend. That's yours, Your Majesty.
I believe this is the Empire's best fortune teller.
The one beside you is the departed.
Please elaborate.
Desire is a blade. Termination is rebirth. And emotions are the fate that continues. The departed and the Night Fiend are mirrors to each other. Either they clash in a myriad of conflicts or fall together in darkness.
Emotions. So there are feelings between Your Majesty and me after all. Can't you tell? I thought the answer was obvious. No one is more worthy than me.
"80 years have disappeared, and this person is about to welcome death, who sneers.
Foolish mortal, you're arrogant when it comes to your greed. You know little of humanity's most evil fruit and its seed. I shall be a witness to your regret.
At long last, the devil is met with failure thereof. Death's long requiem resounds. Never-ending desire continues its journey to surpass the world's bounds.
It's called being dedicated to the script. The devil who goes to great lengths to tempt and covet human souls is no different from humans chasing after desire. Since that's the case, I don't see why he shouldn't age like humans. To their never-ending desire. The divination said your majesty is the devil. It seems I need to be careful with my soul. What a philosophical response. Whether it's the devil being careless with humans or humans being unable to resist the devil's temptations, everything remains to be seen. I look forward to the day when the outcome is revealed.
Your Majesty, congratulations on the successful conclusion of your play. It was a beautiful tribute to the Empire.
Indeed, you two performed so well.
How hypocritical. We're well matched. Your Majesty seems to be in a good mood. For the past few days, I've been more curious about your assessment's results. How did I do? You didn't mention the word love. It doesn't sound like you're describing your fiancé. It's almost as if you're talking about an enemy. However, I suppose this is the answer I expected. I like it. I'll be leaving tomorrow. It's time to clean up some loose ends in Chaosy. If Your Majesty wants more of my company, you can always come back with me. I'll take you to see my homeland next time. Yes. You're so harsh. Likewise, make sure the throne stays secure, and tightly hold on to what I want while you're at it. We're cut from the same cloth. We'll see each other again soon. Your Majesty seems to be in a good mood. For the past few days, I've been more curious about your assessment's results. How did I do? You didn't mention the word love. It doesn't sound like you're describing your fiancé. It's almost as if you're talking about an enemy. However, I suppose this is the answer I expected. I like it. I'll be leaving tomorrow. It's time to clean up some loose ends in Chaosy. If Your Majesty wants more of my company, you can always come back with me. I'll take you to see my homeland next time. Yes. You're so harsh. Likewise, make sure the throne stays secure, and tightly hold on to what I want while you're at it. We're cut from the same cloth. We'll see each other again soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the Palace Plaza. Her Majesty and the Glory Federation's High Marshal are about to meet. As for whether the ceasefire agreement between our two powers can...
May the enduring friendship between the Federation and the Empire remain as brilliant as the cosmos. It's been far too long. My little sister is about to become the Empress. Congratulations. Of course, I will do my best regardless of the scene in the play. You've been here for quite some time. Are you just going to watch? I didn't expect you to keep chroma puffs from the Valencia galaxy. Yes. Supposedly, they can sense people's emotions and change their color as a warning. What emotions are they sensing now? Then I'll say it's anticipation. He adapted many plays, yet you specifically chose The Heart-Hunting Forest. I suspect there's more to this than meets the eye. And if used poorly, it controls you instead. Unfortunately, characters in a play can rarely tell the difference between manipulating desire and being controlled by it. We share the same answers for many questions. This is one of them.
The goddess chases a startled deer into the forest, and thus she has a fateful encounter with a hunter drinking from a stream.
I appreciate your compliments, my lady. Allow me to extend my sincerest apologies if my presence interrupted your stroll. I shall be off now. My bow already has its target. O noble goddess, your praise is as sweet as honey, yet it cannot hold a free bird. Even the divine cannot give me what I truly desire.
The hunter's words transform the goddess's curiosity into indignation. Then, an emotion more intense than wrath rears its ugly head. Fiery desire.
Finding you is no easy task, Your Majesty. I've always wanted to stargaze with you at the observatory. Tonight should be the perfect opportunity to do that. It hasn't changed. Yes. Though, these changes are also artificial. You kept the window that shows the real sky. Indeed. It's a shame your empire leaks like a sieve. The next disturbance isn't in the distant future. Maybe I just wanted to appreciate the night. It's unfortunate that luck wasn't on my side. Let's appreciate this instead. A sky controlled by Sky Curtain might be beautiful, yet only reality can give people a sense of meaning. I choose reality, even if it's cruel.
Stop! Your Majesty, High Marshal, forgive me for being blunt, but the first dance will represent the Empire's dignity at the coronation ceremony.
Your Majesty, we need to be more focused. My shoes aren't important, but the Empire's dignity is a serious matter. What are you thinking about? Perhaps in the hunter's eyes, the goddess was only treating him as a plaything. Or he knew that their love was destined for tragedy. For him, an unequal love is a room without windows. Entering it would mean he must abandon his identity and purpose as a hunter. And for someone who yearns for freedom, this would be a form of self-destruction. We aren't the same, but I can say one thing is for certain. That kind of self-destruction would be more agonizing than having your foot stepped on 7 times. That depends on what's being offered. So that's why you're upset. Unfortunately, I'm not particularly interested in mining rights. Why don't we make a bet instead? But if you lose, you'll have to do me a favor. You won't be humiliated or anything of that nature. After all, I'm a clever man. Your dancing has improved considerably. I won. Ever since I've returned, there have only been banquets and diplomatic obligations. I'd like to have dinner with you in a few days.
Your Majesty, my love for you knows no bounds, and I'm willing to offer our galaxy's crystal mines as a gift. Please allow me to marry into the royal family.
I see that the noble Dara Overlord has forgotten his place. Your planet's mineral transportation rights with the Federation haven't been decided yet. Isn't it premature to discuss crystal mines at this moment? Problems with the transportation process will be considered a crime with the intent of defrauding the Empire. I wasn't aware the Empire lacked such resources. Do you want them that much? Your Majesty truly does have better flowers. Doesn't seem too bad. You take good care of them. I'm extremely greedy. I want the Empire's most precious treasure. Let's wait until your coronation's first dance ends. Then we can discuss collaborations. This is the treasure I want. Yes. For me, it's already precious. In the palace, it's nothing but official business or societal obligations. And after a while, it's easy to grow tired of it all. And Your Majesty, don't forget I'm from the Federation. I haven't gotten the chance to explore the Empire. Try some. I lied to you earlier. If I don't have business to attend to, I explore the Empire sometimes. I told the restaurant's owner I wasn't a local, so he recommended a multitude of signature dishes. I even tried the chilled bitter petal salad. I did. It's a shame you weren't there. I would have asked you to partake in my suffering.
And then she drove away the vicious interstellar pirates and protected the kind Imperial citizens. Everyone lived happily ever after.
Sometimes what children see is the actual reality. Yes. Are you saying this is the Empress? Or is you? You should return it. Make this drawing come to life just as you've always done. People don't care about who wields authority. Rather, they're interested in whether or not a leader can bring them happiness. What I can promise is, whoever has dominion will get what they want. Do you still wish to thank me?
Having foreseen her lover's inevitable death, the goddess has arrived to stop it. Alas, it will be her last futile attempt.
Your love will devour me until not even a shadow remains. I refuse to accept that fate. cannot kiss you. I'd rather face the beast's fangs head on. Even if I must welcome death, it shall be done as myself.
The hunter grabs his spear, his determination unwavering. The goddess realizes that in the debate between freedom and love, she has been defeated. She decides to set him free. The goddess arrives only to find her lover's cold corpse. Her love and her power are meaningless in the face of death. Sweet honey transforms into a fiery poison. A gift of abundance turns into an eternal curse. Her curse is cast with a kiss. In this world, love shall forever be accompanied by loss.
It's been a long time since I've seen you cry. You are more than welcome to try again. But I don't want to have any regrets before I die. I've always known the difference between a play and reality.
We would like to invite our esteemed Empress.
It's time for our curtain call. Come. Until the curtain falls, at least we'll walk together toward the end. Your Majesty has been busy with the preparations for the coronation. No one could find you even if they tried. I'm curious, Why are you visiting me on the day you wear the crown? Are you anxious? No wonder your hands are cold. Anyone who didn't know better might think your Majesty's royal robes weren't warm enough. I know. I shouldn't have done that. It's not too late to prepare an announcement. During your coronation, the Imperial citizens will learn that the Empire belongs to the Federation. Since you refuse to do it, you can let me handle this task. Are you happy? Yes. It's carved and polished from silvery titanium crystals. You said you wanted it before. Is my answer important? You're a real empress now. You can have anything you desire. You aren't a goddess blinded by desire, and I'm not a hunter who's powerless against his fate. We'll have a better ending, and it will be our own ending. Before any title or role, you'll always be yourself in my heart. May I have another dance?